Hello everybody and welcome again. So this particular video that I wanted to talk about is slightly a little bit old. It's from about 5, maybe 6 days ago. It's from MSNBC. CNN has been doing very similar stories about kind of post-election, kind of guiding people on what they should do, how they should feel, as well as just kind of doing an assessment of the overall election and how and why and where we got to where we are today. I just think this is once again one of these just horrible advice to individuals from some of our favorite pundits, Reid, who I believe is just atrocious with all of her takes. But she has on this psychiatrist. I'm going to use that term quite loosely because in all intents and purposes, I should say, it she really should have her license revoked for saying idiotic things like this. Like, as a psychiatrist, she should literally be embarrassed. And this just goes to show you, if your credentials are from Yale or Brown or all these Ivy League schools, it really doesn't mean anything. But without further ado, let's just kind of go into it and why this is terrible advice.
Someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why.
So, for obvious reasons, that is absolute horrible advice. It just kind of puts that they them association. Hey, this is Team Red, they're bad, but Team Blue, they're good. As if that means absolutely, as if the way you vote means anything on, your character, the type of person you are, whether you give the shirt off your back for a person, especially when you're talking about family. And as we all know, family families are a mess. We believe in all kinds of different things, but at the end of the day, family is family, right? And obviously, I have family members on all sides of the spectrum. And you want to know what the wonderful thing is? No matter how they feel, I will always care about them. And versus what this woman is trouting out there saying is, it's like, well, you should just ignore them because they're essentially a danger, to your existence, or whatever kind of idiotic things that she's placing into someone's head. And to be a psychiatrist at that, and to even give that kind of advice, is just honestly something that's just embarrassing. And if and it just goes to show you, these so-called psychiatrists and psychology majors that are getting these degrees just know absolutely nothing, and then just kind of completely gloss over what it actually means to live. And I don't really like this term, but a global society. Hey, no matter what you think, we have to all find a way to get along with each other, right? We may not always believe the same things with what the other person believes. And in all honesty, that's what makes life fun. That's what makes it interesting. No one wants to live in a society where everyone believes the same. Well, I guess some people do. Everyone believes in the same thing. You can't, have any kind of humility. You can't just joke around offhandedly at times. You just all have to believe in a certain way, as if everyone voted blue, all things would be good in America. And that's literally what they think, but that's the most ignorant thing that you can possibly ever think. And this actually reminded me of a meme that I just wanted to kind of pull quickly up here. um, I think this kind of best represents, because I'm sure if you were to show this to that woman, she would think that this is brave and beautiful, because they just have a flag stretched on there with Black Lives Matter, still dropping bombs on people, as if, like, there's a stark difference between the two. But it just goes to show you, just because you slap a flag on something, or you chant out something like a cheerleader, that automatically defines your whole character and personality traits. And so I just think it's pretty disgusting, for first Joanne Reid, to bring off this professor, or Yale psychiatrist, I should say, but I'm sure she's a professor at, Yale. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, don't at the holidays, obviously, and most people aren't that stupid to listen to these individuals, but I still think it's something to highlight and just kind of keep in mind out at some of the rhetoric that's literally coming from the mainstream media. No, at the holidays, it's okay to disagree with your family members. It's okay to get into arguments or debates, and knowing at the end of the day, hey, you know what? I still care about you, and just talking through, understanding, and just coming into it with an open ear on, hey, why, ask questions, how people feel, and what you end up finding at the end of the day is, we're much more similar than we are different, and that's the thing that I feel like these morons don't want people to actually know, and really, because if you ignore people and if you just like, hey, because you voted for the team red or team blue, so I can't talk to you, guess what, you'll never learn anything, you'll never grow, and that's what they want. They just want you to just listen to their rhetoric. And so yeah, I'll just kind of wrap it up there, but I just thought that I really wanted to just kind of give my 2 cents in there. All right, take it easy.